Hello everybody and welcome to another third-party review. Thanks to the team over at Show Z. Taking a look at the G2 version of the DX9 drag strip. I ordered this at the same time as the G1 version. Unfortunately, the G1 version is still in the mail somewhere, so I was hoping to do that one first. But yeah, let's take a look at this one instead. They have called him a drag strip on the box, so that is what he's going to be known as. Only the first across the finish line can survive. Love that packaging that DX9 did. Of course, DX9 have shut up shop. Unfortunately, the designer, I'm hoping, is going to carry on with the likes of New Age and carry on working with those. But as far as the DX9 products are gone, these will be the last ones. They will continue to re-release what they've already done, but in the G2 colour schemes, we will get the complete set. It's just a shame, unfortunately. I believe Unique Toys are still going to be doing what they're doing, but the DX9 brand, unfortunately, is coming to an end. Let's crack this open. It comes packaged in this gorgeous vehicle mode. The front spoiler does sit really quite low. Come on, let's get these wheels working for us. There we go. There we go. Gorgeous looking piece, isn't it? We've got rubber tyres. We do have the visible head syndrome there, but there is a kit on the market that plugs in here and covers off this section. I can't recall the brand that's making it. I believe it's kind of like a 3D printed kit, but that might be worth investing in if you want to keep this guy in his vehicle mode. That'll be a nice way of kind of covering that off. Obviously that's going to be visible for the combined form as well. The gun does peg in nicely on the side. Now, comparing him to the other G2 offerings, at the moment it's only X-Transbot that are giving us theirs. So we have these two comparable. This one's obviously much larger in size. Again, very similar decals, probably more detail on the X-Transbots version. This one's still very kind of cartoony, which is what I like about the DX9. I've actually got my X-Transbots G1 done up in their Menasor mode, and then I intended to have the DX9 G1 as my bot forms, because I just can't keep up with Fans Toys. I cannot afford the going rates. If I miss the pre-orders, the aftermarket prices are disgusting, to be honest. So I'm just sticking with DX9 and X-Transbot. If they come up affordable, then I'll try and invest in some more of the Fans Toys products. But until then, these are awesome pieces, so I don't necessarily think I need to spend over the odds. I think somebody was doing the Fans Toys version of DRAGSTRIP in the UK that was ordering in, I think it's something like £120, which is ridiculous. But yeah, loving how this feels. It's a really solid, sturdy piece. Something I'd be really interested in, though, is if somebody could cast or maybe print the upper torso of some of the mask figures, because scale-wise, they would look really good inside as kind of pilots, inside as drivers. Just need to kind of, I'm not going to disembody any of my mask characters, but if we just cast from like the torso upwards, that would fit in there nicely, and I would also hide off the head. Maybe I'll get somebody from Venom as opposed from Mask, and then just have them kind of sit in there. I think that would work really nicely as a crossover as well. Now removing the gun. Come on, out you come. There we go. Clicking that in. It is literally just that visible head syndrome that bothers me. These are really nice high gloss, but act as dust magnets. The underside of the car, very clean indeed. You probably see that these are going to form the legs, but again, really nice feature that they've done there. They tidy everything up exceptionally well. I'm glad that they're kind of boshing these out at an alarming rate, because these are actually still affordable. So anyway, let's see how he looks compared to other Masterpiece figures Unfortunately, the biggest downside to the DX9 products, as I have mentioned time and time again, that these vehicle modes do come up rather large. I actually had my other DX9 cars before I got their Motor Master. I actually had them all in with my oversized transformers because they look amazing paired alongside those. But yeah, as you can see, especially with the likes of Mirage, albeit this carries the extra set of wheels, the X-Transbot definitely kind of is more in keeping with the correct scale. But that being said, this does not look out of place, and yes, it looks fabulous alongside mask vehicles. Right, let's step you through the transformation, shall we? You want to start off by, first of all, untabbing these front pieces here. Lift this piece all the way up, and these are going to come down like this, and down like this. These rotate, so the arm is facing this way. This straightens up, the fists come out, and this is going to close off, sliding and tabbing into those wrists. But my goodness me, the hands are so tiny. This part of the arm closes off, and that's going to form forearm. Spin the arm around so that this little tab is on the outside. Flick that up because we need that little bit of extra space just to rotate the platform that this sits on, like so, just so it sits up at the side, and then bring that back down. So these are now sat on the top. This part here is going to unplug and rotate around. This is going to scoop upwards. Just got to kind of work it out for yourself, haven't you? But yeah, this just slides in like so, and the head is going to tab back on. So we're left with something that looks a bit like this. This panel here just untabs. Come on, out you come. Work that one out, work that one out. There we go. This here is going to unfold from the side like this, and this here is going to pull down and untab. You can then lift this panel piece up. This is going to come around, it's going to come around, and this will rotate. This grey piece slides down just so we can get some light in there, and you see that this silver piece here goes underneath those little lips there. Once that's under, that should come back in, but let's just bring this back in. There we go, and that's just going to slide in like so. I just want you to be able to see that hinge in action. Anyway, let's separate these legs like so, and they're going to fold down. This panel piece comes up, making sure that this piece here is clear. Just pull and extend this leg bit out. You've got a little hinge here. We're going to use that piece. There's another hinge just on the inside here. This comes out, and again this piece here comes out. This basically wraps around, slides in, and that's going to push, tab, and secure on that part of the leg. Make sure that this piece here is up, like so. Flip this shin panel up. This rotates around like this and like this, locking in. There's a tab here and a latch here. Those are going to push and locate in there nice and firmly. The wheel collapses to the back of the foot, and then the heel guns come down, and then this is going to rock, forming the front of the toes. I think that's right for the feet. The instructions are a little bit naff. And then just coming around to the back, this comes on at an angle. This is going to come out slightly and rotate around, and there's a little tab on the back there for that to push and tab in. We can just bring those arms down a smidge and down a smidge. Oh, look at those little hands. And here he is, fully transformed up. He doesn't actually look that bad once he's fully transformed. I have had to just rotate his arms though something about the way the hands sit. If the arms are the correct way for the elbows, the hands just look a little bit out of place. But all in all, he does look really tidy. He's very in keeping with the kind of animation accuracy that DX9 have kind of gone for. He looks nice. He's a good, tidy figure. He's got that toon-like feel to him as well, kind of smoothed off edges. And I absolutely adore the color scheme. It's very bright and vibrant. I would compare him to his kind of G1 color scheme, but unfortunately that isn't here yet. I will do a big comparison with these all once I get the Toon one in hand, and we also get a really decent upgrade kit coming for these as well, courtesy of a friend of mine. I'll be doing a review on that. It actually allows you to mount all of the DX9 cars, etc., on the front of your DX9 Menasor as well, amongst other upgrades, but I'll cover that closely when that arrives. But this does look sensational. He's a good looking piece. He's a good solid piece. The instructions are complete and utter garbage, but the figure itself is definitely not. Just, I don't know, maybe these still look a little bit hollow with the legs and wheels tucked in. He does look like he's about to topple forwards. But all in all, that's a remarkably nice sculpt, isn't it? We've got some space on there for an insignia. Need to get me some more G2 insignias. And I'll show you what I mean by the hands. At the moment, they're placed kind of central in the wrist area. But if we rotate this around, and then we have to rotate the hands, they're all really lopsided onto the kind of edge of the wrist, giving him either chunky forearms or very skinny hands. I'm not entirely sure. I do prefer having that kind of gold on the front and having that rotated like so, but then we lose the ability to use that elbow correctly. Let's take a look at his articulation. The head can rotate quite freely. We can look up and we look down. Really nice sculpt on here. We've got rotation around. We can come out to the side. Upper bicep rotation. We've got a bend on the elbow, rotation on those puny little wrists, and there's a bit of kind of, there is some articulation on those fingers, but they're really kind of difficult to get your hands right in there. There is a waist rotation. We do have an abdominal crunch as well, something I absolutely adore about these. And you can see where that joint slides out for the transformation and combination. Legs can come forwards, backwards, hip skirts to the front. We can come out to the side. Nice high kick there, actually. Upper thigh rotation. Be careful, there is no upper knee rotation. This does not rotate. It is purely on that upper thigh. Bring that up, and we've got rotation on the foot like so, and we can bring that up and down. You can even bring the heel spur up and down slightly as well. But yep, definitely a good looking piece. Not the most articulated, but definitely by no means the least. Now, like I said, we will do a bigger comparison when I get the yellow version in hand as well, but at the moment these do look really nice, and they're good big figures as well. You know what you're going to get with the DX9 product. They're really nice quality. Highly recommend these figures, especially for the price. I would love to show you the Fans Toys versions as well, but I really can't afford those at the moment. Maybe if things change and this pandemic kind of irons itself out a little bit, then maybe I'll be able to jump on that bandwagon as well. But at the moment, we have the DX9 and the X-Transbots in hand. Both have very appealing points. And as I said, I'll be keeping my X-Transbots for their Menasor and probably these guys for their bot modes. Until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.